Hey guys, so there's a read I did a couple reads ago on Trump's heart, and I saw in this position of sort of basically the final outcome of the read, I did see and feel a time when we'd get to a place where basically like what all the underbelly, the horrible, gross underbelly of America has been exposed enough where Trump doesn't need to be here anymore for us to learn our lessons, right? And it was a great feeling, and I was very excited being able to feel that feeling. Like, there's no need for him to be here anymore. And, you know, that he might just choose to walk away at that time. But it was in this position here, which means we still could have months of more of this underbelly coming up in America. And the things I keep wondering, and what I'm seeing as I'm paying attention to things is, you know, the fascism in America. It's just fascism seems to be here. I see that in the armed military men who are just like grabbing protesters and throwing them into vans. And it's like a scary situation there. Like, who are these? So we've got that kind of fascism. And I think I just read that Trump's going to be now doing this in every city. So it's just, and that his supporters are just like, good, you know. It's just so frightening. It's chilling. I'm sure some of you are feeling that too. And then the other thing I see is like the voter suppression, which I think is another very serious underbelly problem in this country that we just kind of like don't know how to deal with. We just like sort of do our best and hope for the best. And it's a really big problem. And I think they're going to try to do something where, you know, they don't want mail-in voting and they want to like take over the post office and just all this scary stuff. It's like more fascism. And then the other scary thing we're seeing is the stuff like the hacking, you know, on Twitter, the hacking in voting. You know, I feel like there is some denial by our media that there was like more actual hacking that took place in the 2016 election. And if we don't want to look at that, it's just going to come back again. We really need to be seeing this and looking at it. So what I want to ask the cards is sort of a heavy question, which is like, what are the things that we still have to go through and deal with that are going to be difficult, painful, and scary for us before we're done with this like horrible time and can finally turn things around? So help us to see what is it we can expect? What are we going to have to face still before this is over? For this era of Trump and corruption is over. Huh. Okay, so what I want to say right off the bat with that very heavy introduction is that I really feel like I got a really positive answer that is sort of, it's not as daunting as I was preparing myself for, and that like it sort of feels like right now. So what I first get, this 10 of Cups. This is the happy ending that I see, and that I even saw in that card where Trump walks away ultimately because of a heart thing, and this was our happy ending. So it's like that just like this like flew right out when I was shuffling. And then so that's like, this is like what is covering this from finally getting here is this Ace of Cups, which is also not a scary or bad card at all. But what I do see as I studied it more is that this is like our grief that we're going through right now. I think I even was suggesting, well, I think that this is sort of the grief, whatever grief we need to go through to get past this time period, like that we're grieving as needed. And you can see it's kind of interesting when I look at it. I do kind of see these the stuff we're seeing in Portland, right? You got the smoke and there's, you know, or some of these other images, fires, and it almost looks like buildings, and there's like a grief coming from it that just needs to sort of spill over right now for whatever reason. And what I got at the surface is that, like, this isn't a giant tidal wave taking us over. This Six of Pentacles is, you can see how this crow, first of all, and I love these crow cards, there's a balance, a sort of balance in his beak. Things are balanced, and you can see it giving out a little bit at a time. So I think these things that I talked about, it's like we're getting little glimpses, little tastes of whatever we need to see and feel in order to learn. And this King of Swords actually sees us at the base. We're just sort of witnessing and learning so that we walk away and we're wearing that crown as having more knowledge and understanding going forward, and being more strong with our swords and our knowledge of all these sort of this whole underbelly and what we need moving forward to have a better country. We're going to be sort of kings, each of us, because of everything that we've been given a glimpse of and a taste of, and we're going through the grieving as needed. And then in the past, we have this unholy alliance, I will call it. This we have an upside down Two of Pentacles. This is just the insanity we've been going through, and also I think I see the like sort of the alliance between Trump and Putin, the alliance between Trump and America. I mean, or our government and America. It's like everything is crazed and upside down. You're supposed to be working for the country, not against the country. Financially, you're supposed to be helping and using our tax dollars to help us, not just to help your friends. And, just so many things are upside down and so screwed up. And just, partnerships with those who don't have our best interests. That's what I see in the past. What I see moving forward is actually this card, this Four of Swords, is a period of rest. So that's really interesting. This isn't even like the long term. This is like what we're coming to soon. More specifically, in relation to this read, this card is suggesting that these fascist forces, say the military men on the streets or the disinformation campaigns, that they will have to take a rest, that perhaps their weapons will have to be put down, their powers will be taken away. And I don't see that reflected in the news I'm seeing right now, but the card suggests that that's coming. So that's good news. And then here, the Fool with the Page of Swords. It's almost like somehow the cards are telling me like the new day has begun. But yet, again, okay, I'll take it. I think that's a wonderful message. And I also see this as us and those of us in America who are trying to stand up against the, say, fascism we see taking place. It's like I see this as we are the movement, the fool, the innocent, the earnest, and the Page of Swords being like, this is us speaking out and marching, so it's like I was feeling kind of overpowered. They somehow have turned this great protest movement into, what do they call us? Terrorists, thugs, Antifa, all these horrible things. And so everybody wants the military to come and take us away and lock us up, right? But this is telling me that we're winning. Like the Fool with the Page of Swords, like maybe we don't realize our own power and influence. That we're like the one, like we're doing it. We're doing it. It's here. This is what to pay attention to. Don't pay attention to the negative stuff. Pay attention to the good stuff. The good stuff is happening. We are powerful, and our words and our feelings and our opinions making a difference. So we're doing it. Our stories, our journalists, our movement. I see that Fool as like the movement to like have this better country, get this fascism out, have like equality and fairness for all of our citizens, and healthcare, and take care of everybody, and don't be corrupt. Don't be racist. Don't be, misogynistic. Like, this movement for a better day is here, and it's the dominating force. So that's very positive. This Queen of Swords, so hopes and fears, I feel like this for some reason, I feel like is Nancy, and she knows something we don't know. The way she's waving like that, and the way she's sort of hidden in this hopes and fears spot, it just makes me feel like, I don't know, that's what it made me feel like. I tried to think, is this an investigator? Because Queen of Swords can be that as well. But it's like, if there is an investigator, Nancy knows about it, and she's the one waving, and she's sort of saying, like, guys, don't worry. So there you have it. Don't worry is the message. And then the long term that I got here is very interesting. And this can be, it doesn't have to be very long term. It's the outcome of the read we're doing. So I actually think what I'm getting here is indictments. We have indictments coming. This could also be Trump taxes coming. Something positive like that is our outcome here. That sort of seemed to relate to Nancy saying, don't worry. And this other stuff saying, like, you're about to get a little rest because some things are about to come out. Financials. This could be, that tax stuff could happen any day, where we suddenly the financials are handed over to the investigators. Or there could be more indictments coming in a minute, which we just need to get this pressure off. What I got at the base at that time was this Ace of Wands, Queen of Pentacles, and the Devil. So I do see this. Yeah, this is how I got to that also, is I see this as like a ruling. This Ace of Wands, this is why I think it might be that grand jury saying, done, yeah, we've decided. Or like whatever judge is now having to go through and decide about those taxes and financials of Trump's. And then Queen of Pentacles, I think that this is Mary Trump helping to work with the financial stuff. Again, I believe I initially got that from Truth Warrior Healing, but then I feel like I have also seen her then since then popping up, and I think that's her, and she's helping to work on the financial stuff, getting more of those documents. And then, and there's Trump right there. So it's like, whatever this Ace of Wands, this ruling, this Queen of Pentacles is like getting us to the Devil. Who really owns Trump? You know what I mean? And we're going to get it in this. We're going to start to get to it. We're going to start to get to this stuff. We're just getting glimpses of these other bad things so that we can bear witness, go through the grieving process. And that rest is coming, and so are indictments. It's so hard to believe, but I think that's what I'm getting here. And then I wanted clarity on the indictments, and I got a Knight of Cups and the Emperor and then the High Priestess. Now let's look at this. Indictments, some kind of, and I know this is like, it's easy, you could say that you can't do this to a president, but sort of like a subpoena or an arrest, or some kind of, something is going to be falling upon Trump. And the High Priestess, and having to do with this, whether this financials, indictments, that sort of thing, and something falling to Trump to hand over kind of thing. And then the High Priestess, like the mystery of what we are going through right now, the mystery of the initial question being, what is all this fascism that's happening? That we're going to find the answer to that in all of this. And that's coming. And then what I saw at the base at that point was being able to go back to happiness. This Four of Wands. This Wheel of Fortune and this Knight of Wands. This Knight of Wands I've been seeing as Biden. And to us, 4 months away does feel like a long time. That's how long, I think, about 100 days till the election. Maybe to Spirit, that's so close. And they're just saying, be happy it's coming. The new day, the new inauguration, the wheels are turning. So don't be afraid of how it feels right now. Because this new day is coming where we'll have a leader who works for us instead of acting like an emperor to us. Where we'll have a knight and who brings on a lot of other knights who say, how can we serve you, American people, in all the best ways? And we can be really happy about that. So I feel really positive about the answer I got. It was sort of like a, don't worry, it's going to be okay. I mean, look at that great card. It's going to be okay. We're getting there. It's already there. We are already the ones who have fought for it. And it's here. It's just, we're just getting little bits and pieces of how bad it is and how bad it could be. But stuff's coming, and I feel it coming quickly. We're going to get arrests soon. Arrest? Ooh. We're going to see arrests? That's interesting. I like that. So that's my read. I hope you guys liked it. I hope it makes you feel better, because I know I've been feeling pretty scared and freaked out by what's going on. It's heavy. You know, we're feeling this Ace of Cups emotion and grief right now. But just keep letting that pour out, and we'll get there to that happier day. It's already there for us. So let me know if you had any thoughts or feelings throughout this. Comment below. And otherwise, I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye.